Hi, everybody. How are you? So we are still in the interactive newsletter. I'm going to show you how to enter CMSAT data. Um, the first thing I want you to do actually is just access it. If you are a new case manager, you will be just checking to see if that you can get on this. This is your only goal right now. So let's do it just how you would do it if you saw this interactive toolkit here. So we've got a template. Make sure that you have a template next to you, a printed one of all your data when you come with me to enter in your CMSAT. You're going to go to One Team Portal. Again, I've saved it here. And then we're going to scroll down and look for eSchool plus PA. Yours might be labeled, but look for a thing that says eSchool. So I'm going to go to One Team. Let's start at the top so you can see the process. And I'm going to look for eSchool. It's at the bottom. Click on that. And so this is how eSchool is where you can find like a student's schedule, though they're never right. You can find the student's phone number, that we're still on day 0. I don't know why that says that, but this is a really helpful hub of a lot of information. A couple things I like about eSchool is that if you're looking for a student, you can find their attendance history on here under this button. You can find their test scores, which is also very helpful. And those actually are really kind of the only helpful thing for you guys. But what we're going to do today is we're going to go to My eSchool Plus. So let's go there. And you're going to go over to the TAC, the TAC, but they call it the TAC. Click on Teacher Access Center, open that up. And what I want you to do is I want you to type in what you typically would type into the top part of the printer, or sometimes it says in like a box here. And mine looks like this. It looks like A, D, and you just start typing your name, A, N, and look, mine came up here. Kara's, you could do, yeah, Kara Burns is C-A-R, and it comes up if you just start typing your name. Um, so we're gonna do Amanda or D'Angela, maybe. Yep. All right. So push OK, put in your name. What I want you to then to do is go into where you say case manager load. Now, I don't really, quote unquote, teach a class. You might have some class kids here too. We're gonna click on this. This is my caseload as of right now. My caseload usually gets much bigger throughout the school year as kids are coming in and coming out, and people are overwhelmed with just the amount of cases they have. But you have your caseload here. Please make sure that all of the kids, it's so incredibly important that you guys do this. Please make sure that all of the kids match your actual roster. And if you do not have someone that is supposed to be on here, you email me and tell me that. This means that they're not enrolled in eSchool and we won't be able to put in their data. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to go up to this section called performance. And when you get to performance, this is where we can start entering baseline data. So we'll go over to test score view. We'll click the drop down section and we are going to look at case manager student achievement. You'll hear people talk about CMSAT. That's what this is, the CMSAT. And we typically put in behavior, math, and reading. Communication, I don't know why they don't use it, but they don't. And you'll be putting in behavior data, math data, reading data. I actually have some of mine that you can see here. And I'm going to show you how to do this easily. So the first thing you're going to do, and you're going to sit down with me and do it if you're new, but could be a refresher for anyone that doesn't remember. you are going to click on, so now I'm in, what am I in? Reading? Okay. So I'm going to click on this little pencil and I'm going to start with my test date, and it's the first date of incoming kiddos. So it's 8/21/2024. And I'm going to put that in for everybody. And I am going to, once I'm done with this, save it. And if you don't save, repeat, I'm going to move this over. If you don't save this silly thing repeatedly, it is such a pain in the butt. It'll erase it on you, and it takes so much time to do this. So I'm going to say save with this little floppy disk. And I know it doesn't have all these things in. The next thing I'm going to do for each of these students, I'm going to pick a type of goal. And for all of these kids, they all actually have iReady reading goals. And if they don't, I'm not going to give them one. So I'm going to pick iReady, 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 iReady. If you are a K-2 teacher, you might also want to pick a Sunday goal if you're teaching a pullout group, a Read 180 goal, a Sight Words goal, a Dibbles goal, an F&P where we actually moved away from the LLI model about 4 or 5 years ago when I was here in Mastery. So just heads up, these are some of the things that you can use. If you have an other goal, like a writing goal that you really want to be tracking because you use a writing program, please do. But note that you have to make sure that you're actually teaching to this test, or you're going to be sad that these numbers don't move. So all of my kids have an iReady goal, and I'm going to set their goal based on the baselines that they've currently have. So we're going to put in a beginning of year baseline. And the way that I find this beginning of year baseline is I go into Clever. Make sure that you guys can still see my screen the right way here. I went and yep, good. Okay, I went into Clever. I scroll down. How you get into Clever is you can type in Clever and it'll come up. I click on iReady. I'm gonna log in to my reports. And the first one was for reading. And I'm gonna look at Nalbea. They're organized by first name, everybody. Oh, yes, I remember this. I was going to give him this again because his score was so incredibly low compared to his former scores, and I'm giving him another one. Let me see if there is a better one. Nasir and Nal, I think I was giving it. Sinai Marie, let's see. No, she had a grade 3, 527. So we're going to put that overall score in. And we're going to go back into the teacher access winner, and I'm going to put in her baseline data as 527. Save that again. And my expected growth, we want to really look at what growth that she's had in the past. So the way that you do that is you go into your diagnostic results and scroll down to, should be something that says history for her. Maybe I'm not far down on my page. Try one more time. Results. I feel like it's historical. You just can't see it here. So I want to look at how she's done over the past couple of years to see, is she able to move 20, 30 points? Another thing we're going to look at is her overall FSIQ, which is found in her evaluation report. So I'm looking here. She has really taken a big dip due to behavior in the last couple of years. If you don't know Sinai, that's what happened. She's gone from a grade 3 to grade 1 to a grade 1. And if I look at her grade 3 data, she was primarily hovering and not making a ton of growth here in these years here. Another thing I can do is she is her evaluation report said that she had a low average learning rate. So I'm going to give her a goal of about 20 points. If she was a high achieving student, I might give that goal a little bit higher at like 35 points, but I want to look at like the past history with Sinai here and how has she been moving. And what I see is that I already really she's really struggled with specifically around comprehension over these last couple of years. This also tells me that this is the area of focus that we need to have for Sinai. Yep, see this? That's what's pulling her down right here. So I'm going to give her a 20-point increase from grade 1. I do know that she can do it because she has formerly had a grade 2 and a grade 3 as well. Also, you should know that Sinai is going to have an additional goal for read 180. So feel good about that. So my expected growth is 20 points. And I'm going to put 20. And my goal will be a 547. Quarter 1, I'm going to put her baseline data of 527. You can find it again here in the report section for Sinai. And she had a 527 here, a grade 3. It's actually a pretty good one for Sinai. Another way that you can look at this is a typical growth for her would be 547. So it tells you actually what to put in there. Unless your kid is coming up with a very low IQ or very low average, we would debate whether we want to put this 547 in, but I feel like this is a good one, and a stretch goal would be 574. So if I saw her surpass this, I might want to come back to this and amend an IEP goal. All right, so back on the TAC, and what you're going to do with me is you're going to put in these numbers, okay? So that is kind of the next step after really starting to put in IEPs. This is the information that you'll put in. So this is just a brief overview of how to use the TAC. So I'm going to save it and exit out. Yep. And that's it. Thanks, everybody.